First up, world news. This week, the International Aerospace Development Administration set off international alarm bells by sending a satellite, the Kwang Myong-song 4, into orbit. North Korea gave the International Maritime Organization a few days' notice of the launch, but still managed to anger allies and enemies alike because of the fears surrounding the rogue's nation's intercontinental ballistic missile ambitions. U.S. Strategic Command, which tracks spacecraft in orbit, says detected 2 items in association with the North Korean launch, a satellite and then the final stage of the rocket booster. Say what they will, North Korean launches, failures and successes are known. If they can communicate with the satellite, North Korea will become more adept at satellite operations, a future concern as an increasing number of countries have shown interest in counter-space operations capable of threatening satellites of other countries. In nearer term, the success of this mission puts North Korea one step closer to having an intercontinental ballistic missile. That considered alongside North Korea's recent purported test of a hydrogen bomb has the international community rightly alarmed given to North Korea's often, at best, erratic behavior. An emergency meeting of the UN Security Council has been held in conjunction with the launch over the weekend, resulting in condemnation of North Korea's violation of UN resolutions that ban from testing ballistic missile technology. The launch also complicates Asian geopolitical relations. True, the satellite is reported to be tumbling in orbit, meaning that North Korea is unlikely to be able to make any use of it, but the launch will still likely make plans to build up of a U.S. missile defense systems in Asia. Specifically, U.S. and South Korea officials have already said they will consider deployment of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System to the Korean Peninsula at the earliest possible date. However, China objects to a system that includes radar capable of penetrating Chinese territory. Up next, Brittany with National News.
Thank you, Savannah. You know this happens every 4 years. No, not only is it a leap year, but it's also the president election. This means candidates can run for USA presidency. And on Tuesday, February the 9th, that was the second voting session of the year, the New Hampshire primary. First of all, a primary is when, in top 2 primaries, all candidates, regardless of party affiliation, are listed on one ballot. Voters can choose their favorite candidate, and top 2 vote-getters become candidates in the general election. The top 2 model is not used for president primaries in any state. In the New Hampshire primary, the top 3 Republican candidates were Trump with 10 delegates and 35.3% of the votes. Then was Kasich with 4 delegates and 15.8% of the votes, and then Cruz with 3 delegates and 11.7% of the vote. For the Democratic Party was Sanders with 15 delegates and 60.4% of the vote, Clinton with 9 delegates and 38.0% of the votes, and in third was O'Malley with 0 delegates and 0.3% of the votes. Overall, for the Democratic Party, Bernie Sanders won, and for the Republican Party, Donald Trump won the New Hampshire primary. Also, on Tuesday, May 3rd of 2016 is the Indiana primary. Up next is Shania and Kaylee with more news.
Thanks, friends. I'm Shania.
And I'm Kaylee.
In tech news, we're talking about a solar-powered phone. The Massachusetts Technology Institute, aka MIT, invented a phone that uses solar power to charge itself. Solar panels soak up photons from the sun's rays to convert it into energy. This phone has a cover that is made out of organic molecules made to do this. It is invisible to the human eye, so it seems like a clear coating. It charges phones 10% faster than wall chargers do. It saves more energy, and this technology can be used in cars, smartwatches, and even windows. Hopefully, this technology will help save electricity.
Thanks, Shania. I'm Kaylee with our good news story today. What's your biggest wish? Well, thanks to Make-A-Wish Foundation, Dominique, a 9-year-old boy with cystic fibrosis, an inherited life-threatening disorder that damages the lungs and digestive system, got his wish made. With the terribly evil Ultron, Iron Man's enemy in the Avengers movie, threatening Sydney, the only person who could save them and help the hostages escape was the magnificent Iron Boy. Dominic was picked up from a playground in a police helicopter. Dominic suited up as Iron Man and went to save the day. He was escorted around the city in various police boats and cars, and rescued the hostages and defeated Ultron in a heated battle in front of many people who cheered him on. Iron Boy got his wish and saved the day. That's all for today's episode of TCSN. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, friends. I'm Shania.
And I'm Kaylee.